Good morning, everyone. This is Doreen Cunningham, Assistant Superintendent, and I have Laurie Robinson here. She is a principal finalist for the Fort River Elementary School Principal Search. We were able to meet on Thursday, but due to technical difficulties, you could not see Laurie. And so I promised the community that I would do a brief meeting with her or have a brief meeting with her. And this is Saturday morning at 6:30 that we're both up and ready to just answer a few questions. So without further ado, just knowing that it's this early, I'm going to ask Laurie the first question that we always ask everyone. And Laurie, the first question says, please tell us about yourself, what roles, responsibilities, or experiences and licenses you may hold that have helped you prepare to be the next principal at Fort River Elementary.
Okay, so my name is Laurie Robinson, and I am currently working in Springfield Public Schools as a Spanish teacher. I've been working in Springfield Public Schools for 25 years, 16 of which I've held some leadership positions. I've been department chair, I've been an administrator, and I've been a department chair and an administrator in my career for 16 years. My licenses, I have a license for being a teacher. I have an administrative license, excuse me. I have a director's license for foreign language or world language. And I have also applied for the superintendent's license, because I'm that close. I feel that I'm qualified. As I said, I've been in leadership for 16 years of my 25 years. So I have had quite a bit of experience, and I've been in the education field in Springfield for 25 years. I bring a lot of experience with me, of both officially and unofficially being put in roles to lead different groups or committees during the school year and throughout my career.
Okay. Would you like to add anything, or you're all set?
I think that I'm all set. I think that I'm all set.
Okay. One of the other questions state, what thoughts or ideas do you have for bringing a sense of joy, compassion, love, and unity into Fort River Elementary School at the student level, staff level, and the whole school?
I think first it is getting to know people, but in addition to that, communicating. I think communication is a very big thing right now. It's very necessary. We're coming out of a pandemic that none of us have ever experienced, and it's unlike anything that we hopefully will ever know. And right now, it's the idea of addressing the issues, talking about them, communicating about them, and getting closer, getting to know each other, and finding joy. There's joy in we can find joy in lots of things, small things, large things. But right now, it is really addressing the social and emotional needs of people, bringing something joyful to them. It could be music, it could be art, it could be dance, but it's something that we can hold on to that will release all the tension and the negativity that we've been experiencing the last year at least. And really looking and finding a place for us to come together and find a space that makes us happy. And I really think it's roots in communication. We start by communicating, talking about things, discussing things, looking at things, being open, being vulnerable, and then working on healing the problems within ourselves, healing what's going on within ourselves, healing each other, and really working together to build something that's our own, and there's joy in the process, finding joy and in joy and release in the process, and then going forward.
Okay. Anything else, or you're ready for the next question?
I think I'm ready for the next. I think I'm ready for the next.
Okay, great. So one of the next questions will be, Caminantes is the dual language program at Fort River. How will you support the mission, staff, families, and curriculum of the program and serve as an ambassador in the larger community?
Excuse me. I am a teacher of world language, so I am thrilled, over the moon, about the Caminantes program. As a teacher of foreign language, well, I can't say foreign language, of world language, as a person who had a major in world language, as a person who did her master's degree in another country, living in a different culture, living the language. I think this is living in a country where people studied more than one language outside of the United States, and living in this country where we tend to be monolingual. I am thrilled with this program. I think it's the most wonderful thing. I think it's something that should be expanded, because we as a people need to be, I believe, more open to other languages. This is a country that was built on immigration. Most of the people that came here spoke another language, and that part has been lost. The language has been lost and the culture has been lost, but other countries are doing the exact opposite. They learn more than one language. And it's very important, because we have to make the world smaller, not larger. The world is getting smaller just by movement and immigration, but we as a country need to be participants in it, not simply top down or English only, but we need to be participants in it to be able to better communicate. I mean, part of the problem that we have right now in society is the lack of communication, or the inability to communicate and understand. So when we learn another language, we learn another culture, we understand people, they understand us, we could probably avoid a lot of the things that are going on right now. So I think that this is a wonderful program. I would love to see it expanded from, I would like to see schools, more dual language schools, dual language schools, because you bring the world, you make the world smaller, you make yourself more of a participant in the world, and you understand people better, and you might even understand yourself better. So I would wholly support it, and I don't know, maybe paint my car, but I would have something. I would definitely tell people that this is important, and I would encourage people to participate in it. And the other thing is, it helps us with our own language. You learn another language, you learn your own language, you learn more about your own language. So I think it's wonderful.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And what is something that you have done that you are especially proud of, and it does not have to be work related?
I am very proud of, and I mentioned this before, I'm very proud of one of my students, one of my recent students, because she was able to graduate. And even now, talking about it again, I was talking about it yesterday, in fact, with a colleague, and it brings me joy. She was a student that, when she came to me, she was cutting class a lot and not doing what she needed to do. And so I called her grandmother. I don't know why, but I called her grandmother, and her grandmother came, we spoke. She got her to start coming to class, which was good. And, we were working, and I had to work to catch her up and everything, which was fine. But then she stopped coming again. And she turned up later to tell me that she was pregnant. So I was like, okay, what are we going to do? What are you going to do? And she told me that her grandmother had told her that while she was in school, after she had met me, that she should find someone to support her, or to be her confidant, to help her out, find a person that she thought would be willing to be there for her. And I said, okay, well, that's good, good luck. And then she told me that she had chosen me, and I said, but why? You don't even like me. You don't come to class. And she said that her grandmother liked me. So that's good. That's nice. Her grandmother liked me, but her grandmother also knew that I was very serious about what I was doing, and I was very serious about my students, and that was important to her. So she chose me, and I said, okay, but you're going to have to understand that you're not going to like me because I'm not going to let up. If you're choosing me, you're going to have to be willing to do what I tell you, do the work that goes into getting you to progress, getting you through all your classes. She agreed, and it was an uphill battle, but it started out as an uphill battle, but we came to an agreement. So I had two things that I had to deal with. I had to deal with her academics, and I had to deal with her personal life because she was a young girl, maybe 16, and she was pregnant, and really not knowing how to take care of herself, how to eat, for example. She can sit there and eat candy all day and think that it's okay and things like that, or not do her work, not not taking care of herself physically, emotionally, and academically. So I had to work with all of that, and it was back and forth, back and forth. But I was serious about it, and she had to graduate because she was an older student as it was. And I went to her teachers to find out what she needed. I did math with her, I did English with her, I did science, whatever it took, you know, helping her to interpret, reinterpret, understand things. We spent a lot of time together, a lot of time together. But the idea was, and the purpose was for her to graduate. And then when she had the baby, she started going back into her role of not coming to school again. And then it was an excuse, well, the baby's sick. Well, the baby doesn't, the babysitter is ill. She can't do it. The other person can't do it. I said, okay, we'll bring the kid to school. So for 2 years, I took care of a baby while I was teaching, while she was going to school, while I was checking on her academics, making sure that everything was where it needed to be, to make sure that she was passing. And I carried a baby through my classes for 2 years. I sat in graduation with her baby. We watched her graduate. It was the most beautiful thing. I will never forget it. And I still keep in contact with her. I call her to check on her. She's moved to Florida, but I will always take care of her and be there for her and support her because she did it. And I'm so impressed with her and I'm so proud of her. She's thriving, the baby's thriving. Everyone is doing well. So I think that's probably my proudest moment.
Oh, thank you very much. And the purpose in having this meeting was really so that people could see you because they were curious. Just hearing the voice was not enough. And I'm hoping that these few questions that you were able to answer today on StreamYard and being visible and all is going to be sufficient. And so I do thank you because, like I said at the start, this is Saturday morning. It is 6:35 right now, and and I will send out this video to the staff and the families at Fort River Elementary. And we thank you so much for coming and joining us. I'm sure that individuals won't mind just listening to the rest of your interview from the previous meeting that we had. So thank you again for showing up this early and just joining your voice and sharing your information with us. So you take care and have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, you too. I appreciate it. And thank you, everyone.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.